there are a lot of men out there that are done with being used and all the other BS that comes with modern dating. And they're probably just sitting at home alone, ignoring people. And as women, I think it's time for us to start taking accountability. Women are just way too busy looking for their next meal ticket or who's gonna buy them their next Louis bag, okay? And I am so sick of it because women have become so toxic towards men, and it's not fair. Men deserve to be loved and cherished, and all these toxic women are just ruining it for the good ones like myself. And I'm just so sick of it, and I don't know how it's gonna stop. Like, we need men. We literally need men. So women, just stop ruining it for everyone.
Fellas, listen closely. She's finally saying the quiet part out loud. The sad truth isn't that men are hiding. It's that we've finally stopped playing a rigged game. You are not a walking paycheck. You are not a meal ticket or a Louis bag sponsor. You are a man with value. And the moment you stopped accepting disrespect, the world started panicking. They're realizing that when you treat men like ATMs, eventually the ATM goes out of service. Don't be a utility. Be the prize. Stay cold, stay focused, and never settle for someone who only loves what's in your wallet.
All right, you want to know why I don't get offended when men call women crazy? Because we fucking are. Because we fucking are. I just spent the last 30 minutes riding around following this lady because she decided that she was going to cut me off in traffic, and then she was going to flip me off. She was going to cut me off, and then she was going to flip me off. Okay, all right, sis. Well, your destination just become my destination. I'm going wherever you're going. So as I'm riding around following this lady, and she keeps flipping me off, I'm like, what am I really going to do? I am 40 years old. I am 5 foot tall and 105 pounds. The only thing I'm going to do, because I ain't fighting, okay, these bones aren't getting broken. The only thing I'm going to do is we're going to have a talk with Mr. Glock, okay? Mr. Glock. But do I want to end up on an episode of Snapped? Am I ready? At 40 years old, is that what I'm ready for? I do look good in the color orange. They do serve free meals. I don't know. I don't know. We're fucking crazy, okay?
Gents, listen to the mask slip. She's literally telling you, we're crazy. This isn't a joke. It's a warning. She followed a stranger for 30 minutes over a lane change and is laughing about using Mr. Glock. That's not boss babe energy. It's pure, unhinged instability. Imagine coming home to that. Imagine having your life ruined because she felt offended. This is why we prioritize peace over beauty every single time. Don't invite a hurricane into your life and call it passion.
Talk to you all about a serious injustice in this world, and that is the sexism that comes from men and is forced onto women. Women are raped and murdered, and for this, we need to kill all men. I am sick of being a baby factory that produces more men that will just, in the future, subjugate me. So the only answer to that is to kill male babies and just kill any man that you see, like in the streets, like any swing chick, just kill him. Because we want the species to go on, but we want it only to go on with women in it. So that's what we have to do. That's the only way to keep the human race going, is with just women. Get it?
All you had to do was open up the video and actually watch what I'm talking about to tell that I don't actually advocate for killing men. But those men that are commenting on my video are complete f***ing retards, and honestly, we could do without you on this planet. So hashtag kill all men that are total f***ing retards.
First, she calls for the extinction of your sons and the murder of men in the streets. Then, when the heat gets too high, she tries to gaslight you by saying you're the retard for taking her literally. Don't get angry. Don't argue. Just watch, learn, and walk away. Use this as fuel to build your own empire. Focus on your purpose and become the man that doesn't need validation from a system that hates him.
I just got out of therapy and I realized, bitch, I'm the problem. Damn, I thought it was everybody else. I didn't think it was me.
She thinks it's a joke. She's laughing. But for the men whose lives, reputations, and peace were destroyed while she figured it out, it's not funny.
I ain't never seen a man that I fucking need, bitch. You're all replaceable. Don't ever get too comfortable and don't ever think otherwise. You're a guest in this household and you can be kicked out just as quickly as you were welcomed in.
I just get so confused when I see these ladies that are using filters, a ton of makeup, drawn on eyebrows, fake eyelashes, and where you can still see the glue at the top of their head for hair that is not theirs, so confidently come on the screen and talk shit about men. How dare you?
She's calling you replaceable while wearing a face she literally bought at a store. Fellas, the irony is dead. They want the high-value treatment while offering nothing but filters and glue. Remember, if her beauty can be wiped away with a damp cloth, her opinion on your worth is irrelevant. You aren't a guest, you're the prize. Stop settling for a mask and start demanding reality.
So it's really not that independent women can't find a man. Our challenge is finding a man who's more of a man than we are.
Listen to the language she's using. Finding a man who is more of a man than we are. She's literally telling you she's in a competition with you. See, this is the core of the modern delusion. She thinks her independence and her boss babe attitude make her masculine. Newsflash, a real man isn't looking for another man to come home to. We don't want a competitor, we want a partner. You aren't single because men aren't man enough. You're single because you've traded your femininity for a corporate badge and expect a high-value man to submit to your ego. We don't want your strength at home. We want peace. If you want to be the man in the relationship, don't be surprised when you're sleeping alone.
Turn it off.
What in the actual fuck?
We've all seen the stereotype of the overbearing queen bee boss who makes everyone else's life miserable. It may seem like a tired trope, but some women do feel that female bosses bully them more than their male ones do. Studies show that when women have a preference, they would choose to have a male boss instead of a female one. One paper even found that the longer a woman was in the workforce, the less likely she was to want a woman as her boss. So where does this feeling come from?
The queen bee syndrome isn't a myth, it's a biological reality. Women know better than anyone that female-to-female competition is ruthless, emotional, and exhausting. If women themselves, after years in the game, are begging for a male boss, what does that tell you about natural leadership? They can't stand the very empowerment they sold us. Logic always wins in the end, fellas. Nature doesn't care about your feelings.
Men don't care about your personality. They don't care about your dreams, your goals, what you want to achieve in life, your likes, your dislikes. They don't care about these things. Men do not care about you as a person. They care about what you can offer them. They care about if there's something in it for them. That's why men usually don't do things unless they're going to get something out of it. So if a man is going out of his way, doing a lot of things, and you're like, oh my God, he's doing all these grand gestures, he wants something. He's doing it to get something out of you. Men don't do things just because they're kind human beings. If a man's doing something, he wants something out of you. He wants access to you. He wants access to you. That's why a lot of men love bomb in the beginning stages, because it's a manipulation tactic that is used to make you feel closer than you actually are. The more closer you feel to the man, the more he knows he's going to have access to you. The more he's going to get what he wants. That's why you have to be switched on. You have to be switched on. You have to be on the lookout for these things.
She's literally telling you that your kindness is manipulation, and your effort is just a tactic for access. To her, your soul doesn't exist, only the transaction. They want to vilify your nature while they chase the top 1% who actually treat them this way. Don't waste your heart trying to prove you're one of the good ones to someone who's already decided you're a predator. Stop playing a rigged game. We don't need access to a headache. She's literally shaving away one of her most powerful feminine assets just to prove a point to a random comment. This is the perfect example of modern delusion. They'd rather destroy their own beauty and value just to feel like they're winning an imaginary war against men.
You call them to cut down the tree?
What do you mean?
Did you call these people to cut a tree?
That's their house. They can cut
No, that's my parents' house now.
That's not your house,
Yes,
baby girl.
it is.
No, it's not.
What do you mean anymore?
You need to go, baby. It's every morning you're waking up screaming. What is your issue?
Who screams?
You wake up.
How?
I don't know if you have an issue.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I have
you,
issues?
You wake up every morning or something. You're always something's
Okay, well,
always
the
happening.
police are coming in.
I don't give a fuck. You.
Having your son's dick cut off is a lot worse than jail. Senate Bill 107. It requires California courts ignore all state law from the foreign state. They will not return children with gender dysphoria. That's why she wants to get my son to California. You'd think Texas would be fighting this. I sent this to the Texas Attorney General. I sent this to the Texas Governor. Have you heard anything about it? Not a word. That's because Texas wants me the hell out of there. This ain't the state of the Alamo anymore. Texas wants me gone because I cost the governor of Texas 100,000, 200,000 votes. He's very nervous, right? And I'm telling people what he did. Nothing. He did nothing for my son. He has the power to direct the agencies. He did nothing for my son. They want me gone. And if this case gets transferred to California, they can say, you know what? It's not my problem. It's a California case. Why are we talking about that in a Texas election? California courts, without the parents' consent, they can sterilize that child and cut their dick off.
When the state grants itself the power to bypass a father's consent and sterilize his own child, you are no longer a parent. You are a ward of the state. Even the tough politicians will fold when the matrix calls. This is why you must be sovereign. This is why you must be prepared. If you don't protect your bloodline, nobody will.
You're not insulting them. You're describing them. You're not speaking negatively of them. You're just explaining what happened. And you're not ruining their reputation. They did that with their actions.
Guys, stop letting them gaslight you. Look at the mental gymnastics here. She's literally convincing herself that her insults are just objective descriptions. It's the classic zero accountability play. She will twist reality to blame you for how she perceives her own actions. Never fall for this insanity. Keep your head on straight, brothers.
I could not resist, so I had to look it up. From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships. Because when you have lesbian divorce statistics that look like that, the girls are kind of telling on themselves.
The math is finally mathing. For years, they told us we were the problem. They said toxic masculinity was the reason relationships fail. But look at the data. When you take men out of the equation entirely, the divorce rate doesn't just go up. It skyrockets to 72%. No men to blame, no patriarchy to point the finger at. Just pure, unadulterated female nature. The common denominator is staring you right in the face. They don't want peace. They want a problem to solve and someone to blame for it. When they don't have us, they turn on each other. Stop apologizing for being men. The numbers don't lie. We weren't the problem. We were the only thing keeping the chaos at bay.